on to the 2021 F-150 Super Crew Sport Edition. Tell them what we got here.
We got the newest lethal truck in the house, guys. This is our newest project vehicle right here. They made some changes from the previous 18 to 20 model with this 2021. You could definitely tell right off the bat from the front of it.
A much more cleaned up fascia. And they said that they've been using the same body since 2011. The only thing that's changed were the body panels, but golly, does this look good.
The lighting looks different too. The headlights, the style of the headlamps on it look different as well.
Headlights get a new design where this outer piece is a full LED daytime running light.
Nice design. I like the look of the hood and stuff. The lines on the hood where it's raised up a tad and kind of get that dip in there.
I'll be honest with you, I like more what's under the hood than the actual hood itself.
Got that coyote.
The coyote. Hello.
All right, new wheels. I haven't seen these wheels yet. This is like when I saw the picture of this vehicle when they first showed it to us here. I noticed the wheels are different. I'm liking them. I'm digging it. It's
I like
cool.
it.
It's a sport edition, so definitely gotta look sporty.
This is also like the newer style, side vent.
On the sports, they did the blacked out satin finish, and we have the
side mirrors are different too, correct?
Yep, every new 2021 F-150 and up comes with the LED side marker lights.
Got the camera under there too. That's probably a lot for the parking. When you put it in reverse and you see all it's almost like an aerial view of your parking, which is pretty neat. My truck has that. So it's a really good feature.
If you want to change lanes, it'll tell you, hey, go ahead and do it, or no, not yet.
Does this one have the drive assist?
It does have the drive assist.
Drive assist, okay, cool. Yes. And I guess we'll go over all that stuff.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the back of this thing. Of course, sport, all-wheel drive.
Nice looking truck. Yep. Oh, it's got the shocks on there.
Something really cool they did with the new trucks is, so since this is supposed to be a work truck, you've got places to clamp right here, so you can put your C-clamp. So you put a piece of wood right here, you put your C-clamps right here, and it holds onto it. So you can cut on the side. You've got a little bit of space here for pens, mugs. You also have a AC 120 volt, 400 watt max plug-in right here. You have LED lighting on the entire bed. Now keep in mind that because this is the Sport, we did get the basic charger in the back, but this one can also get the 7.2 kilowatt version, which is powering most of Texas nowadays.
Which is crazy. I've seen the articles of the man who powered his house and kept everyone warm and stuff, and from a truck.
From a truck. All right, so now let's take a look at this bad boy.
There's that coyote we've all been wanting to see.
Oh yeah.
So of course this is the 5.0, same coyote, the same motor that comes in the Mustang, but it actually makes 5 more horsepower. Same 10R80 10-speed. What do you think?
10R80 life, man. I love that. I think this truck is awesome.
There's a few things about this truck though that changed in 2021. What could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, we've got that cylinder deactivation where it actually, when cruising on a highway or so for fuel mileage and economy, they'll actually cut 4 of those cylinders down, so it'll actually turn into like 4-cylinder mode.
So when you're driving on the highway, you got to go a minimum of 55 miles an hour, and the truck will actually sense your driving style. So it'll say, okay, this guy's clearly cruising, we don't need all 8 cylinders. So it's actually going to cut 4 cylinders, turn it into a V4, and save you quite a bit of gas.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen this on the Ford F-150 platform, especially with the Coyote engine in it.
Also, the other great thing is these trucks come straight flex fuel capable, straight from the factory. So the minute you get it, just go ahead and throw E85 on there and go for a drive.
Definitely. So another major thing, change that we've got here for 21, and this is similar to the Bronco as well as the Mach-E, is going to be the locked PCM. Okay, the newer technology on these vehicles having to do with cloud-based tuning, cloud-based updates, a driver assist stuff. Ford want to make sure they want to put as much security on here as possible so that no one would tamper with anything like that. You know, changing anything remotely and hacking into your system and making the truck do things or your vehicle do weird things that it shouldn't.
Because the way cars are nowadays, you can basically get into this thing with just a laptop. And Ford obviously doesn't want Ford doesn't want your neighbor hacking into your truck, so that's why they're taking those precautions, which I think it's a great move.
Definitely a safety measure for sure, especially when you're talking about you've got that driver assist stuff where a lot of times, I mean, you don't have to have the hand on the wheel where it tells you what to do. I mean, you can only imagine if someone actually had the ability to go in and, cloud-based remotely change your calibration and tell your vehicle to do something weird that it shouldn't be. So there's definitely a big safety issue on that.
Could you imagine if that gets compromised?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. So we know that the Ford is definitely putting a lot of time and money and thought into the security of these vehicles going forward with the locked PCM. The other reason, again, is that over the cloud tuning, the updates, okay? Typically, previous to this vehicle, if you had a TSB, a technical service bulletin on the truck, and it needed an update, you would have to physically take it to a dealership, set up an appointment, have it go in, and then, well, they'll flash the vehicle with the newest calibration from it. With this over-the-air tuning, which is cloud-based, you don't even have to go anymore. They're gonna push that update automatically through the cloud to this vehicle. So next time you start it up, it's gonna update it. You got the new cal on it. Gonna save you a lot of time. And no worries, you don't have to go to a dealership or anything.
No appointments, no having to take off work. It's straight over the cloud-based tuning.
Exactly. So speaking of that though, that's gonna pose a lot of issues for our industry, the aftermarket industry, as far as being able to calibrate vehicles. This is, again, a naturally aspirated 5-liter. A lot of people like to put superchargers on them, turbochargers on them, and with that becomes different changes to fueling and air metering and everything else. Now, it's going to be very difficult for that stuff to be done. However, our good friends over at Whipple Superchargers, always on the leading edge of technology, have this technology. They're going to actually be able to put a supercharger on here, provide the cal with one of their new flash devices, and that will actually be able to calibrate the vehicle for their supercharger, which will be 50 state legal, guys. So that's the plans with this vehicle here. And again, so many people may struggle with this whole locked PCM tuning. It's changing times, and we're adapting to it. But
some people are going to like it, some people aren't. But we just got to get on we got to get on track with it.
Of course. Well, and then also when you're very close with the leaders in the industry, people who are involved in this technology and work closely with companies that do this stuff day in, day out, and again, they have the tools to do this necessary. So while, let's say, a lot of people may struggle putting an aftermarket exhaust or something else, a different supercharger kit on it, may have a difficult time running without a proper calibration to it, Whipple Superchargers is going to have it down. So when they send us our kit, we're going to be able to install it, flash the vehicle, and it's going to be 50 state legal. Look at that.
Love it.
Also, again, the tire size and gear changes are a big thing too. Not only for engine calibration, guys. If you do want to put some different wheels and tires on it, you want to put some 37s on it, lift it up, or change your gear ratio from a factory. I think this is a 373. If you want to change a different gear ratio,
you're gonna have to get that calibrated.
Exactly, because again, that you won't just be able to do that without the car being able to, noticing it, going into some sort of a limp mode, safety mode, or anything like that. And that's again where Whipple Superchargers comes into play.
And this isn't something that just Ford is doing. The entire industry is going to move towards this, but Ford is actually one of the first ones to do so. So I think it's a good step in the right direction. They're getting their customers used to it, and I think there's some exciting plans in the works.
Of course, there's a lot to be learned.
We're gonna go for a drive and see what this thing's about.
Oh yeah, we've done the review on the inside, checked out the exterior, but it's time to take this thing on the street and let you guys know what we think.
Let's go.
Let's do it. We're here in the Lethal Performance 2021 F-150 with the just hopped in the truck. We're gonna do a review. Fired it up, got the awesome screen here ready to roll. I'm not gonna lie, I've driven this car, or this truck, a bit since we picked it up, and I really enjoy it. We just haven't had a chance to film our actual review of it and take you guys for a ride, so here we are. This truck does drive great. I like it. It's got that 10-speed, that 10-speed life.
10 or 80 life.
Oh yeah, 10 or 80 life. Oh, our Mustang guy's gonna know what's up with that. That's the good stuff. But the truck, first thing you notice, I mean, it drives just super smooth. The suspension is very soft. I mean, it feels like you're riding on air on this thing a lot of time. Very comfortable. Just everything's really nice, man. Got the big screen here, giant screen. Cheers to Ford for that one, man.
Yeah, real nice job with this interior.
Yeah, like I said, this has a larger screen than my 2020 Super Duty has in it. So you're like, hey man, what's up with that? I mean, an F-150 got nicer technology. Yeah, but I guess that's just how technology changes. That's 1 year model change, right? And we've got really nice upgrades to it. So yeah, truck rides really smooth, quiet, and
for now.
Yeah, exactly. Stock exhaust. Truck is 100% stock right now.
So Jared, what do you think of the new 150? I love it. I love toys and trains and trucks, and this is a truck. Yay! This is a big boy truck.
Oh, you hear that?
There we go.
There's that 5-liter Coyote.
Definitely moves. I mean, this thing's heavy. It's almost 5,000 pounds, if not a little bit more for this trim level. And with that V8 and the 10-speed, it's definitely getting you out of, out of traffic's way.
Yeah. They've got a couple of really good offerings for this truck. The 2.7 and the 3.5 EcoBoost.
And the 3.5 hybrid coming out soon.
Yep.
But I wouldn't take anything other than the V8.
I like this. I mean, I've been in the EcoBoost versions before, and they're quick, man. I mean, you like people say, I gotta have that V8 power, but no doubt they've done a good job making power out of those the EcoBoost trucks. They ride real nice too.
And when tuning comes out,
oh yeah.
Because again, these all have that PCM issue where it's locked from factory, and you're gonna have to. But we got the hookup on that.
Yeah, Whipple superchargers. So we will have their supercharger kit will eventually go on here, and their tune will be 50 state legal, and have that ability to flash the vehicle with their calibration for the supercharger. Whereas right now, if you wanted to change, let's say your tire size, your gear ratio, or do something else that would require some type of a tune change for it to function right,
Not happening.
We don't have the ability to do that. The cool thing about the over-the-air tuning updates is that for those, let's say Ford comes out with a different calibration or an update to the cal for some type of a TSB, technical service bulletin, you don't have to go to a Ford dealership in order to have that update. They're going to push it over the air through the cloud. It's going to download to the vehicle and update next time you start the vehicle. So save you some time. No one likes to go in. That's like sitting around at a doctor's office.
No more appointments in the dealership on weekends. No having to get up early.
No.
Just go to sleep, wake up with your car updated. That's
exactly. Yep. Which is neat. But then again, it does pose an issue for guys who do want to put, let's say, larger, wheel tire setups on here, change the gearing from factory. How are you going to make the computer know that and not throw any codes or put you into limp mode or anything like that? And that's the dilemma. Eventually, I think they'll figure it out. But or more people will figure it out. But right now, Whipple Superchargers does have that technology, and that's why we're slapping a Whipple kit on here. 3-liter twin screw Whipple Supercharger.
Stay tuned for before and after Dragys.
Yeah, Yaggy. I do like the truck though. Driving it, all the. I still haven't even figured this stuff out. There's so much to it. And I still always confuse where the OK button is on which side, because on different vehicles they put OK on the left, they put them on the right. But menu, really nice screens here.
Comfortable wheel too, right?
Yeah. Oh, real comfortable.
Everything's leather.
Just want to hug it.
Just hug the wheel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to leave you alone?
I could probably use some alone time with the wheel and the truck.
All right, I'll pull out right here.
All right. Driving it back though from Philip's place when we picked the truck up was great.
Weikert Ford.
Yeah. Was wonderful.
Nice and comfy.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm happy with the truck.
Driving around town.
I've owned a lot of different vehicles over the years. I don't think I've owned myself. I've owned an F-150. Jonas had a Raptor, a Gen 2 Raptor, which was a great truck. And this actually kind of has that feeling to it. The suspension, like I was saying, really soft feeling to it. We noticed a big difference in his Gen 2 Raptor over our Gen 1 Raptor when we took it out to Corbett and did some stuff in the dirt and sand, and that truck would, was lighter. The Gen 2 was lighter and just felt a lot better in the sand and the dirt. It felt like it kind of rode on top instead of plowing through things. And this has that feeling to it again, that kind of like floating feeling to it. So looking forward to doing some off-roading in this eventually. Go get it dirty.
Wink, hint, hint.
Go get it dirty. But yeah. I mean, have you had some time to mess around with this truck yet?
I mean, I drove it around a little bit, just looking at all the technology it's got, which there's so much. I just feel like there's a computer right here. Like, you have so much available, and I love how like high grade everything looks. Honestly, just like jumping into this thing without the seats being leather, you kind of feel like you're in like, wait, what is this? Is this a Mercedes, or like, what is this,
Yeah. That's the first thing we noticed when we got in and did our review while at the dealership, was like this painted stuff, the real nice finish around the accent here. The over by the door panel that is like almost like machined into it, or it's like
printed
like
on there. Yeah. So this is supposed to be the map of Detroit, obviously the home of Ford. And
that's pretty neat, because we were trying to wonder what that was. Like, what kind of pattern is it? It looked just like almost like some graphic design of it. We didn't figure it out, but that's kind of cool. Do we spring for the lane assist or no?
Yeah, right there. The button right there. Yeah, lane keeping system.
Oh my god, lane keeping system. Nope, I'm going off.
No, you gotta set it.
I gotta set it.
Yeah.
Set it, forget it. Just like we had to do in the Mach-E, where you have to go into the options and choose what you want for your lane keeping stuff. It either will alert you, or actually assist you, or assist and alert. So let's go in there and mess with that. Maybe just...
No, you do have it.
You do have it? There we go. Driving assist, auto hold, is that... or no?
Lane keeping system. You drive.
Lane keeping
You drive.
system, yep, there
I'll
we
do
go.
this. Alert and aid. There we go.
Alright, so I have to hit it now, correct?
Yeah. No, not
Nope.
yet.
Alright, so now it's off. Let's put it on, and it really didn't do it there.
Why the fuck is this?
Didn't really do it. What, do you have to put it on cruise control?
Yeah.
And this could be even awesomer with a Whipple on it.
You mean it's gonna be awesome when there's like 200 more horsepower in it?
Yeah.
That's expected.
Does this have like the different driver modes too? Or no?
Drive
or changes type of slippery? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. And there's sport. There's a sport mode too. Look at
Yeah,
that.
that's the volume. That's the temperature.
Yeah, it's the temperature. There we go. All right. So I'm sure the sport changes
The throttle response.
throttle. I would think steering too. Maybe tighten up the steering a bit.
Probably
Just
stiffens it up.
give it a shot.
Put it in cruise right now.
In cruise control.
Yeah.
How do you do that? All right, so we're in cruise, and now it's on. Correct? The lane keeping system.
Yeah, should be on. Yep.
Oh my god, dude, that is so
That is
cool.
sick.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, that's neat, dude. That is pretty cool.
So
That's where we are,
sick.
and it slows up. It started slowing up. I think it's
There was a car right in front of us, but that is sick.
That's awesome.
Go! Hello, very nice.
Hello! Pobbs and I were trying to do that lane assist, where it actually helps you drive the car without you putting your hands on the wheel or the pedal or the brake or anything like that. And I think we struggled quite a bit doing it.
Just a little.
I looked a little further into it, got a little more time with the car, spent some quality time with my baby, and I think we figured it out. So we're gonna go through the steps on how to set up the lane assist, engage it, set cruise control, and show you guys how this truck pretty much like drives by itself. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Before we actually get on the area where we're gonna let it do its thing, we're gonna turn the lane assist on with that button right there. So lane keeping system is on. Then what I'm gonna do is turn on here. I'm gonna set cruise control to the speed limit, get to 40 miles an hour, let it do its thing. All right, there we go. And lane keeping system is on. So again, it is turning for us. It's almost like we're staying in lane. My foot is off of the gas pedal as well as the brake and the steering wheel, and it's turning by itself. Now, eventually there's a timer. It tells you to put your hands on the wheel to regain control of the wheel. Keep hands on steering wheel. You could just tap the wheel basically and it resets it, but still stays in that lane keeping. There you go, just tap that wheel real quick. Staying in the lane, going around these winds here, and then there is a stoplight up here, so depending on what's going on with the light, we'll see if it is a red light. We'll show you it does slow down and stop behind the vehicles that are in front of you, and then we'll resume speed once we get through that light. It's perfect. We got a red light up here, so let's see what it does. All right, and it's slowing up. Oh my god, by itself. I didn't do anything.
It's doing it by itself.
Doing it by itself. My foot is off the brake, off the accelerator, or at a light. It's completely stopped by itself. And stopped. Pretty neat that it shows it there. Lane keeping system is on. Coming up to a stop over here, and I'm not touching the brake. I have my foot there just in case. We are at a light again.
But it's braking by itself right now.
Braking by itself, stopping behind a person. It comes to a complete stop and we'll apply the brake completely to actually stop you. And then it'll tell you that you're stopped. And let's see if we can get it to actually resume. To resume.
Taking off by itself.
Taking off by itself. Okay, it just told me to resume control. We went through a light, maybe that's why. We've been through going through a certain intersections, right? Where it's actually, seems like it kind of resets itself or wigs out a little bit. because there's not an actual lane when you're cutting through that intersection there. There's no solid line. We're gonna go up here on Southern Boulevard. It seems only when you're crossing an intersection, there's no solid lines on the side or anything like that where it kind of throws it off. Lane keeping system on. So it's keeping us like that 4-car length from those people ahead of us. I wonder if I could change that while driving or not.
Change it well.
Wow. There we go. 2 cars. We're now in lane keeping mode. Hands and feet off, pedals in the wheel. See, it's weird when you do go through a intersection, it kind of throws it off because it doesn't have those lanes. I don't even know how do they do it? So are they using the cameras?
Yeah, it scans these lines.
Okay, got it. So when it loses the lines, it loses. So it's good to note, like if you do want it to really perform the best and work properly, you want to be like in a middle lane where there's lines or, you know,
right.
Spaced lines.
Ford, you know what you got to work on now.
Yep. Mustang King has spoken. 43 years old, here I am. I've never owned any other like real car, like major technology, just like muscle cars and stuff like that. But that's pretty neat, man. All right, so we're at 40 miles an hour. My foot is not on the gas pedal or the brake or the steering wheel. It's telling me to keep my hands on the steering wheel, but I'm not listening to you. It's probably a certain amount of time that it tells you.
And then it turns off, yeah, probably.
Let's see. How long? Resume control, okay. It is slowing down. It did slow down.
Interesting.
So it kind of gives you a break. That's cool, though. It's like, you know, if they set up for it just to drive automatically and you fall asleep behind the wheel or something like that, they don't want, you know, you crash
falling asleep at the wheel, yeah,
exactly.
Of course.
So it gives you that the reminder, the aid, but also it did actually brake at the end and start bringing us to almost a stop.
But that's so cool, though.
Yeah.
Is this a Tesla?
Ford, baby. That's right.
Anyway.
We just finished our drive review of their 2021 F-150, and we have to do a couple polls with the...
Very impressed with that Dragy.
Aggie.
So I thought the truck was very impressive, especially taking off, because the first time we took off in 2-wheel drive, and then I did an all-wheel drive, and there is such a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
Especially putting it in the sport, and you feel the throttle response, everything's there. Just very impressed.
Truck ride's great.
It's fast, it's comfy, the ride's great, it's got a lot of technology.
Tons of features. You use the lane assist and everything else, which is awesome.
That's sick.
Check out that screen. Oh, yeah. Check out that monster. Oh, yeah.
Got the Dragy.
Good times in the 2021 F-150, and I can't wait to get a Whipple.
I can't wait to start modding this thing.
It's gonna be awesome.
Let's go.
Thanks for watching, guys. We love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye, guys.
Edit this out.
Edit what out?
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't going on the interwebs.
It's a secret. It's a secret.
Shh.
You got a little something?
I don't know.
Check your right.
All right.
Have you ever counted how many hairs are in your right nostril compared to your...
Seriously. So, dude, anyways.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys?
Hey, guys, it's me. Hey, guys,